also come here. As you know, I've been in business. I've been in business for many years. I wanted to ask 3 quick questions. Number 1, who is the CEO here? Who is the boss here? Thank you. Which country do you come from? Because we have very bad experience in this country. Some time back when Kibaki's time, those people wanaitwa nani? So that is also something we need to know. Number 2, you talked about 5 billion you paid as taxes. Do you have any evidence that you've paid 5 billion? Chair, I think you need to have that. Yes, you need to have that. Finally, when you talk about interest rates, is it on a monthly basis? Is it fixed? Is it at reducing balance? Those are the 3 things we need to know. And finally, when you repossess these motorbikes, what are the procedures that someone should go through? Is there where they can appeal also so that they don't lose their whatever they have invested? Thank you very much, Chair, for the opportunity.
Chair, allow me to finalize with just 2 questions.
So we are really pressed up.
Yes. One, you talked about replacement of motorbikes that you have confirmed genuinely stolen. How many motorbikes have you replaced since you started operation? And can we have evidence? 2, what is the cost of this tracking device that you install over and above the cost of the motorbike? And does it also attract interest?
And you should rule on non-wearing of the attire appearing here, not formally, so that we can use, our worry, Chair, is this answered?
Okay.
And can I finish, Chair? Just just 1 minute, so that I can...
On the issue of the time?
Yes, so that the reason I'm saying...
Because of time, let's give him a chance.
Just 1 minute. Because if they are not properly before the committee, in future, Chair, these are traditions. Somebody else will come before a committee and say in the trade committee, the Watu credit came not formally before the House. So it is good you rule so that no one can use in court. And these proceedings, Chair, and are on record and somebody else can use. So, Chair, please be fair so that we don't start a bad tradition.
I agree with you, Mheshimiwa Cherargei, but again, I think we should allow them to continue, but for next time you should have tie as you come to Parliament. So can you please respond to this?
Sure. So let me start with answering where I'm coming from. So I'm originally from a country called Latvia. It's a small country.
Just for 5 minutes, please.
Yes. So sure. It's a small country in Europe, East North Europe. You know it. Okay. Thank you. So answering, I think there were 2-3 questions about interest rates. So how do we set interest rate and why it's in one county this and why now a different county is different? It's actually not the case. So when Watu is determining the interest rate, we basically on risk-based approach. So the lower is down payment, the bigger the risk and hence bigger the interest. The higher down payment, the lower going to be interest rate. And this is the reason how we were able to introduce a new product, something that Honorable Senator mentioned in Kitale, whereby increasing the down payment, reducing the risk, we are capable to offer lower interest. Answering question, reducing balance, fixed, it is reducing balance what we are charging to customers.
On monthly basis?
Basically, the client is paying on weekly basis, so the figures we are talking about, these are monthly figures.
So it's 6% per month?
Yes.
Chair, just clarification. So finally in a year, this translates to what interest rate? Well, let me put it better. By the time somebody completes paying a motorbike, and probably let's use your last we are giving at 6%. What is the cost of that motorbike if you have to pay cash? And by the time that person completes paying on hire purchase through that % how much in total would they have paid?
So it really depends which term the client chooses. So client can choose 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. So in normal average situation, client would pay, let's say, around 50% on top of the price of the motorcycle. That would be approximately the average scenario. So it really depends on the client which way he chooses: 12 months, 18 months, 24 months.
In 24 months you paid 2 times.
We are not getting to 2 times, because if you calculate 6% is on reducing balance, so you can say times 12. We are not getting at 2 times. Far from that.
Chair, through you, can you give us numbers? If a motorbike is 80,000 and I am paying within 24 months, and you are saying, is it 50% in 1 year? Yeah, and then
but you see now, this is on hire purchase.
That's what we want to get.
This is something about agreement between them and the client.
But that is
so let's not try also to push them so much, because it is an agreement between the client and the customer.
But that is why law exists. That's why even when you take loan, through chair, let me use even
we are representing.
We are representing. It is 3%. We are borrowing, and that is why there is the Banking Act. There are many laws. Hire Purchase Act. There are the laws, chair. Let's leave it at that. Number 2, I just wanted to give us, if I have to walk into buy a new motorbike, let's say 80,000. In 24 months, and you have said this 6%, I saw you said in Kitale you have reduced to 1.6%. It's still very high, because it's like you are paying thrice for 3 motorbikes within 24 months. So give us the numbers. And Chair, finally, you know, Parliament must deal with evidence. Can they provide, Chair?
Just a minute. Just give that evidence, please, so that we try to see if we can answer. Do you have any example that you can give it out?
We will send it out. We will send it out to committee.
Can I request, if they are giving evidence?
Yes.
Why can't they use my county?
Yes.
Because I have capacity to get all those who have taken credit on Watu credit.
Yes.
So that we can verify. You know, we also need a means of verifying.
Correct.
So can they be able to provide the borrowers from Uasin Gishu County the different platforms in a form of a report, and
yes,
we shall come and read it, and if we have questions we can refer to that later.
I think that will be good. Let's have not even just one county, but we can have a number.
You cannot even
Elgeyo Marakwet, Marsabit, Nandi,
yes,
Kajiado, and
Nairobi, maybe.
So that if we can have that in,
and maybe the Trans Nzoia where they have,
and the Trans Nzoia where
yes,
you reduce
yes,
also.
yes.
Let's have that in writing, so that we are able to compare and come up with and conclude this matter. Otherwise,
Chair, can I propose way out respectfully, since our witnesses have failed to attach even a single annexure, would it be in order, because even your Vice Chair, he has closed over the response by Vice Chair, where Vice Chair requested even a sample of the agreement. We are not saying for anybody, but even a sample. Since they have not annexed any evidence, including 5 billion tax